groovy.
Evening, everyone, and welcome to Horror After Midnight. I'm your host, Slinky Shallow, and as always, I'm joined by my good buddy, KC. What's up, man? And Saul Guy.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to call me. I was like, hold on, man. Come on.
So, yeah, we're here to talk about Annabelle Comes Home.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Yeah.
scary. Cue the scary
She's
music.
coming home because her man is pissed.
awesome.
Shit. Yeah.
So, this is what next in line? Whatever. Annabelle Comes Home, because we're not doing them in the order they came out. I got some numbers and some stats. Here we go. Annabelle Comes Home, 2019 horror movie. It's directed by Gary Dauberman. Screenplay by Gary Dauberman. From a story by James Wan.
Yeah. Throw that shit up.
And produced by James Wan and Peter Safran. Let's see. Production companies: New Line Cinema, Atomic Monster, Safran Company, and Warner Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
June 26th, it was released. Let's see. Here's the thing: I can't ever get over these. The budget for this one was $27 million, and the box office it made $231.3 million. That's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
you know,
Hand
it's
over
the word
fist.
of hype. Yeah. It's the word of hype, man, because James
Yeah.
Wan, anything that motherfucker touches, it turns into gold. He's got the Midas touch.
Yeah, he does. He's got the horror Midas touch, and
Yeah.
he did Aquaman, and that movie was decent. Like,
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, man.
Mhm.
It wasn't a bad movie.
He did one of the Fast and the Furious movies, and that was one of the best ones of the series.
Yeah, that's right. I always forget he
Yeah.
did one of the Fast movies.
Mhm.
And plus, by now, I forget what number entry this is in the series, but it's established, so it has a built-in fan base now. Has automatic fan base. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
we released another Conjuring. You know,
Mhm.
the butts will be in the seats.
Yep.
Um,
He did that with Saw, and look what happened.
yeah. Saw
Yeah.
every year. Saw was right there. Halloween, man.
Yep.
Let's
Same
see.
thing with
Stars.
Conjuring.
Yeah. All right. Stars McKenna Grace, Vera Farmiga. Yeah.
Yeah.
Patrick Wilson.
Huh.
As a
Hallelujah.
there
See if they get that reference.
you go. Yeah. So
You missing one?
231 million. Yeah. So I mean that's crazy, man. About a doll.
Oh yeah, but you're missing one more key ingredient in that whole aspect of what you're breaking down.
What's that?
You're missing Joseph Bashira. He's the guy who played the Lipstick Demon. He also played
Oh,
Possessed
yeah.
Demon, and he does all the music for all the Conjurings.
See,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you dropped that on us before, and I completely forgot about that. His
I
name
know.
didn't come up on this one. It was way down below because I remember that name.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Because they used his name as like the possessed demon in the first Conjuring, Bashira. Then he turns around. Ugh. Yeah.
See, yeah, there's a lot of these. I have to go watch them like at least a couple more times so I can pick up on the Easter eggs because I completely miss them, you know. But whatever. Uh, it's cool that they're in there. I like that,
Yeah.
the universe built and there's Easter eggs, nods, and stuff. It's awesome. So, all
Oh
right,
yeah.
first impressions. What'd you guys think of the movie?
Saga.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. All right. Hope you guys are hungry because I got some food for thoughts, man, and it's gonna
Oh,
be 27 different opinions. Wink, wink.
brought his cornucopia of
Yeah,
fucking yeah.
the 27. Get it? 27.
Wink, wink. See me winking. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm watching it.
Um.
I'm watching it. I'm watching
Yeah.
it.
I'm watching too. Oh shit. Honestly, I really like this one because it was one of the ones that they had to have a fun one. They had to have a shit show one where, you know, Ed and Lorraine Warren, they're not there. The babysitter's there, and it's kind of like a fucked up horror version of The Adventures of Babysitting. They babysit the Warren's daughter, and she invites the boyfriend over. They get curious about all the weird artifacts and stuff that they have in there. And as you should know, if someone's got a private collection in a fucking basement with a door with like 10 deadbolts and they say, do not enter by any means, don't touch this shit. What do? They go in there and they touch this shit. And
Exactly.
what I loved about it, it had so many different elements because, a lot of these different mysteries, like you see the ending of the first Conjuring, you see all these artifacts. Like, okay, what does this one do? How come this one's haunted? Da 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 da. There's so many questions and loopholes. With this one, I think you can make so many different offshoots off of it because not only do you have Annabelle controlling everybody and the chaos and shit that's going on, but now you could talk about like winks to the first Conjuring. You could bring back like the little music box that they showed on that. They showed like the other different artifacts in there. And I was surprised that they didn't build up like different characters off of this. Kind of like what the first Conjuring did with Annabelle. They build that off. The second one we know
could be down the pipe though. So go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe. I mean, I don't know. It really depends on the success of The Nun. It really depends on the success of how Annabelle plays out. But it's one of those things where they could have done so many different offshoots off of it. But the fact that they give you like a sampler taste, it's like going into Applebee's and you're getting the sampler of like all the different appetizers. That's what I think they were doing with this one. And they basically gave you a sampler of everything and they're going to kind of piece it around, and then maybe later on down in the future, they might bring it back as a wink and say, "Oh, remember this artifact?" Like it was pretty cool. I love that whole aspect of it. They took away the safety net of Ed and Lorraine Warren. I think the only thing that was like, that kind of scratched my head was the fact they had to recast the daughter because obviously time has passed. But they did get an actor that was closely related to the daughter. It was very different for what it was. I mean, as far as like out of all the Conjuring films, I think this is the one that's the most chaotic, that they lost control because it wasn't Ed and Lorraine Warren like being the normal demonologist and they know what to expect. It was a babysitter and their kid, trying to be like, oh shit, we got to get this done before our parents come back.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It had a lot of good and bad with it. I mean, the only few things bad on it is just you could have built so much more off of it. But I mean, I'm not going to play the shoulda, coulda, woulda thing with it. But the fact that they actually gave you a taste of the Conjuring world, I would have thought that they at least would use this as like a platform to jump off into other things, which they did, I believe, I think with La Llorona. And supposedly, this is what started the myth of how this is tied into the Insidious world.
Okay, yeah.
What'd you guys
I guess it has like the same actor, Patrick Wilson, but he plays two different characters in those movies. So I don't know how they would be tied together. I don't know how that would work.
He's in both of them. Because Darth Maul appears behind him. That's right. I always forget that.
Yeah.
What? Insidious, or what are we talking about? Because I'm sitting here thinking, wow, yeah, all right, they combined two universes. That's like comic book shit. Yeah, that's where I went.
I mean, I guess it could be possible, but it's the same actor playing two separate characters. I don't know how they could really tie that together.
Well, they kind of semi did that with like Freddy versus Jason. In a way, they're similar characters, but they still brought them together. I don't know how they would do this as far as like tying the universes, unless they do some kind of shit. And I can tell you right now what they're going to do. They're going to do some space-time continuum shit. They're going to go and travel through the wormhole. And you can get away with it because paranormal stuff is about going through the wormhole, which, that's the shit that they used back in the Twilight Zone, Outer Limits. This would be a cool little throwback and a wink to that old stuff. And I'd be stoked if they ever did that, but I don't know. I mean, it is kind of weird of how they have one actor playing like two different parts. But imagine if they did that like face to face, like, hey, you look like me. Hey, I look like you, and they play off that aspect of it. Like, that'd be pretty cool, I think.
Like a parallel dimension, something like that.
Yeah. Because they did that with, what the fuck movie was it? With Paranormal Activity. The Ghost Dimension, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's possible for that they could do that, but knowing James Wan and how he has built up such a repertoire of like his quality of work is top notch. I can't see it happening, but he would go like to the depths of hell and back to make sure that there's no like loopholes and shit where people can be like, that's a shitty classic film,
That's a
Um,
Mary Sue. Yeah, no.
yeah, because James Wan, he puts a lot of thought and effort into his work and every
Well,
single thing.
yeah, like no disrespect to him, he's a nerd,
Yeah,
and I mean that with the utmost respect. So it's like he's all about continuity. He's all about uh, nerd stuff, man. Seriously, like all the little details that
yeah.
come with it. So yeah, and that's awesome. That's one of the things I like that he does.
Absolutely. And, with what he's done with other core films, we all know about the Saw franchise. We already know when he did with The Conjuring. And then other things that he's kind of dipped his toe into, with Insidious. He tried with Dead Silence, but Dead Silence couldn't get off its feet. But I
Dude,
mean,
I like that movie, man. We should
yeah,
review that eventually because it's a
Oh
exactly.
yeah,
solid
that's a great
flick,
movie.
But yeah, I wish it got more love than it did.
Oh yeah, and see, I think he needed that failure of Dead Silence because that's what gave him the birth of the Conjuring franchise.
Yeah.
So I mean, either way, I mean, you're still going to get a franchise from him, or whether or not you like it or not, because I mean, he had the talent. But with
He's got a knack for it, man.
yeah,
That's all.
and with Annabelle Comes Home, I mean, it's one of those fun films that it's a canon shoot. And what I mean by that is you don't have to follow any of the franchise movies. If you want to watch something that's going to be fun but ties into the Annabelle universe, you pop this movie in. I mean, shit, you'll enjoy it. I mean, and you'll get all the references because it starts off basically after, I think it was the first Conjuring where they pick up Annabelle,
Yep.
Mm.
if I'm not mistaken. So they bring Annabelle home, and then that's when all chaos starts to break loose. But then they don't know anything about it because whatever happened inside that house, they don't know because it was the daughter and the babysitter. But then you find out later on in the first Conjuring, like what it was and how like powerful Annabelle is and the demon and all that and all the other different artifacts. And I think later down the road, I think they're going to offshoot it. So whether or not be the Crooked Man, maybe even on not the Conjuring 3, but they do a Conjuring 4 because I can guarantee you they're going to continue Conjuring.
Oh yeah.
They'll probably branch
Yeah.
it off to somebody else. And that's what I think. I think they'll use one of these artifacts and they branch it off where Ed and Lorraine Warren they get scared and somebody else comes in. I mean, it's just it
Oh, okay.
leads up to that, and I
Yeah.
think it's going to be it leads into the Insidious route is what I'm saying, like full circle because now Lynn Shay was kind of like a psychic medium, kind of like what Lorraine Warren was. So, I mean, I'm not trying to blow your guys' minds, but
Carrie versus Carrie.
yeah, and that's the shit I see when I see this film, and I get excited about it because it's like, holy shit, like, you just kind of
What
open up
if?
the fourth wall on this,
Yeah. Because I
Yeah,
mean, with Alien versus Predator, what Dark Horse Comics did to that stuff was insane. It was awesome.
yeah,
Just because the Predator 2 had that alien skull in the ship, and it was like mind blown, mind
yeah,
blown.
and that
These
was
guys,
Yeah.
just
yeah,
your little
yeah.
bit of tease. That's all you need, or the ending of
Plant the seed,
Jason Goes
plant
to
the seed,
Hell.
you know. Yeah.
Yeah,
So no, right on, man. Because you're right about that. To where they don't have to follow any kind of guideline. They don't have to follow a formula. Nothing. It's in that universe, so it's sky's the limit, man. Do whatever. It's not that I didn't like the film. It's just I'm glad Annabelle's meh,
huh? You glad Annabelle got
Yeah.
home safe?
kind
The
of,
last one.
she made it home in time for curfew.
Huh?
Now we can get to the Conjuring dose. That's the one I like, man. Conjuring 2 is fucking crazy.
Those
Anyway,
muchachos.
I don't know. What do you think, Casey?
I love Annabelle Comes Home. It was a lot more intense than the other Annabelle movies. A lot. Are able to see how like basically Annabelle, the conduit, I think they call it, but basically like a anchor almost, or like a, a being where all these different spirits are like attracted to her. So that was pretty cool. Like at the graveyard scene, I like that. And that one girl should have just known better to stay out of that damn room. But I mean, overall, it's a good movie. It's entertaining. Wasn't really slow at all. I mean, overall, it's a pretty good watch.
Yeah, it moves at a clip, so that's cool. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So if you're a fan of the Conjuring universe, which if you're watching this, you probably are. Yeah, go watch it.
Yep, it's on HBO Max. All of them right now.
Oh wow. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know they all were. I don't know if they still are, but they all were on there.
Yep, they're still on. Trust me, I've been watching the shit out of all of them.
That's funny. Hey,
Yeah.
it's all good, man. Yeah. So it gets a pass. Check it out. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's next? Because I don't even know the order of these movies. Is it La Llorona? That's
Yeah, next is The Curse of La Llorona.
Oh shit! Woo, man, that one's gonna be some scary as fucking shit, man. Like Curse
The
of La
trailers look
Llorona.
awesome for this flick. I haven't seen it,
Dude.
so,
Let me
but-
tell you, man, it reminds me of The Witch in Left 4 Dead 2 because the whole story is
Ooh.
about like the lady. She was like a weeping willow. She drowned her kids by water. She's bound by water. It's based on the whole Latino culture thing of that. And where I live here in California, everybody talks about La Llorona, La Llorona. That shit is real, man. If you go out there in the lake in the fucking dark and you hear weeping, you get the fuck out of there, man, because it's like Left 4 Dead. You see the witch, you gotta fucking run, dude. Like,
Nope. So
Yep.
what is that crying? Nope. See ya. Gone.
Nope.
Mm-mm. See some like street hardened vatos, man. Get terrified real quick. You're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So La Llorona. That's next. Yeah. So that's it.
Yep. You got to say it like the guy: hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife.
Hide your pets, hide your trash cans, hide your mailbox.
Because La Llorona's coming to town.
La Llorona's coming. Oh man, that's funny.
Oh,
And she's
shit.
packing El Duce.
And
Anyway.
Dulce. Oh, fuck
But-
it. See, my Spanish is getting pretty good, huh?
I got, hold on, what is it? 2 years of Spanish, which I skipped all the time.
Huh.
Mi burro es en fuego a la baño. That's what I got.
Oh, I got saca la basura. That's all I got.
Oh,
Taco
shit.
Bell.
Yeah, take a
You said
hombre.
Taco Bell. We don't speak no Spanish.
Shit.
But yeah, that's what fucking 2 years of Spanish yields. Mi burro es en fuego a la baño. My donkey or burro is on fire in the bathroom. That's right. I can't even ask for a beer.
Huh.
Spanish. I know cerveza. It doesn't matter.
Huh.
Yeah, I've heard that one, Cerveza.
Yeah, cerveza. It's all. So, all right. Hey, if you like what you see, we're here from us horror nerds. Give a like and subscribe to the channel. Yeah. Ooh. That way we can torture you with all kinds of content that you're probably not ready for. Yeah.
All the good shit, and it's nothing but too sweet, brother.
That's right. I don't have to put sugar in my tea because I'm sweet enough.
Oh shit.
I couldn't help it, man. I couldn't help it. So
fuck it, let's go watch Conjuring 2 now.
yeah, all right. Exception to the zombie rule. Fuck it. Let's go watch Conjuring 2. Some crooked man. All right, let's get out of here.